The earlier match we focused on was Manchester United-Chelsea. There was a big incident involving Harry Maguire and Cesar Azpilicueta with no penalty given. Huge talking point, and I'm certain what we've witnessed in the opening 45, in fact, in the opening 12 minutes between Liverpool and Sheffield United, would also be quite a heavy talking point. So I'm going to get straight into it with Stephen Warnock and Gary Stevens. Gentlemen, I'm sure you know precisely what I'm referring to, which was the penalty given to the visitors. Now, there seems to be some confusion whether A, it was worthy of a penalty, did he get the ball or the man, and where exactly the incident occurred. Certain angles makes it look like it's outside the box, other angles within the box. So, Stephen Warnock, you first. What did you make of the situation involving Fabinho and McBurney?
I think initially when you first see the challenge, you do think it's a foul. But then when you closely look at it and you see the direction of the ball, which way it's ran, it's virtually impossible for Ollie McBurney to push the ball that way, unless he does kick through his foot. But when you see the replay, you clearly see Fabinho taking the ball, winning the tackle. And it's another poor decision for me, because the incident looks like it's still borderline whether it's inside or outside the box, but when he clearly wins the ball, v.a.r. have to step in and say it's not a foul.
It's been 2 years since Liverpool awarded a penalty against them in the Premier League at home at Anfield. It's a run of 37 matches, Gary. Are you in agreement with Stephen on the decision there?
For me, it's not a penalty. I take the point that Stephen makes that, when you see it in real time, but I think the referee does a great job here, because he gives a free kick, but he actually doesn't make it abundantly clear whether it's outside the box or it's a penalty. So he's already waiting for some assistance. I believe Fabinho, after a poor clearance, actually plays the ball first. He might then make some contact with McBurney's foot, but not enough contact, in my opinion, to warrant a penalty. It's not dangerous, it's not reckless. He has played the ball first. And finally, I think it's outside the box where the contact takes place as well. So for me, even if v.a.r. steps in, and nice calm penalty in the end from Berg, but if v.a.r. steps in, surely they must come to the conclusion, in my opinion, and of course I'm biased, of what I've just said. It's not a penalty.
In yesteryear, Stephen, we always defended the referees by saying they don't have the ability to see things in slow motion from multiple angles. But the thing is, now they do. So why are these decisions still getting made?
Well, the big thing for me is why isn't the referee on the field making the decision himself? Why is he not running across to the pitch side monitor to then look at it? Why is he letting the referee in the studio, in the v.a.r. booth, make that decision for him? Go over, make the decision yourself from the pitch side monitor. The players on the pitch then respect your decision, because you've looked at it with your own eyes. It's what you've seen initially and your instinct of what you thought you saw. Then relay it to the players on the pitch. For me, it's unacceptable refereeing, and the referees are almost not taking accountability for their actions on the pitch. They're passing the buck to someone who we don't see the face, we don't see what they're talking about to the referee who's on the pitch. This needs to be eradicated as soon as possible. v.a.r. is ruining the game of football at the moment.
For anyone watching right now, please get involved in this conversation. Stadium Astra on Twitter, on Instagram. We're going to talk more in depth about it at the end of the match. We're also going to rope in what happened early on involving Harry Maguire and Cesar Azpilicueta. And we truly want your opinions to share with the rest of the Malaysian audience and, of course, with our pundits here. But let's move on for now, gentlemen, and look at the equalising goal. Roberto Firmino getting a fair amount of stick, a bit of flack, Gary, for not doing what's expected of a striker, which is to have shots on goal. I think it's 3 games so far this season in the league where he hasn't done that. But so far this match, he's the one that's found the back of the net.
Yeah, far from prolific, I agree, but some really patient build-up down this right-hand side from Liverpool. Normally Alexander-Arnold would knock that in, but he rolls it back to Henderson, which just changes the angle. From Sheffield's point of view, it's poor marking. Mane probably would feel he should possibly score from there, pretty much a free header. And again, the keeper, I think he'll be disappointed that he's parried it back across the goal and not wide. I know it's come at him quickly, and I think even I could have tucked that one away. But credit to Firmino, yes, where might that ball drop? He's on the spot.
Someone always seems to step up for Liverpool. One of their trident, if they're all playing, that is, Stephen, someone always finds the back of the net, even if they're losing or they lose a game. Yeah,
I mean, it's that quality that they possess. I mean, Gary alluded to it there with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Jordan Henderson on that side. We often expect it to be Alexander-Arnold who puts that quality into the box, but Jordan Henderson's crossing is equally as good as Trent Alexander-Arnold's. And what it is, it's the pace that Alexander-Arnold plays it back to him. It allows Henderson just to step onto it, and the pace is already on the layback from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It tells him the type of ball that he wants to put in. It's a magnificent ball. That's the moment of quality. It's not actually the forward players who've made that quality. They're waiting to attack the quality. Mane finds himself in between defenders. Like Gary says, keeper perhaps should do better, but it's the anticipation then of the striker. Where's the ball going to land? Is it going to be landing in my path? If you look at the picture again, you actually see 3 Liverpool players ahead of the Sheffield United defence. They're anticipating it, and the Sheffield United players don't anticipate it dropping from the goalkeeper.
You both talked about the wrong decision, which was the penalty. What about the right decision, perhaps? Or was it the wrong one as well for the handball Robertson, Gary?
The officials got it right on this occasion. It's not a handball. If you give that as a handball and a penalty against Robertson, then the game really has gone completely bonkers. It's a wonderful play down this right-hand side from Sheffield United. Basham with the long ball. Baldock knocks it in first time with a volley. And there's nothing, in my opinion, from Robertson that says his hand is in an unnatural position. It hits him really quickly. And I've got to be honest with you, his feet are outside the box as it hits his hand. So arguably, the offence that didn't occur was marginally outside the box as well. So congratulations, the officials have got that one right.
You're giggling to yourself there, Stephen. Are you in agreement with Gary?
Yeah, absolutely. But I agree with Gary. At least they finally got one right. I mean, it's the motion of running, isn't it? You can't run without pumping your arms and lifting them. And when we see the clips, Robertson's naturally running back to his own goal. And it's just one of those incidents that your arm is not it's in a natural position because that's your running gait, if you like. So correct decision from the officials.